everyone? How you guys doing? I am back again. Just did a show to promote the next DJ Mike Freak that we have on. So I was just scrambling to change my equipment, and I finally, got it worked, but was a little late. So I do apologize, but welcome YouTube and also Facebook. Good to see you guys. And we got a special DJ and producer on. He's an international DJ. He's also a musician, a songwriter, an educator. He does a lot. Of course, he's originally from Baltimore too. He's topped both Trax Source and also Beatport. He's also produced with legendary acts, you guys: Crystal Waters, Robin S., DJ Spen, Roland Clark, Eddie Amador, Barbara Tucker. Some of these artists I play on my show. Inaya Day. Hopefully I said that correct as well, and so much more. He's DJed across the world too: London, New York City, Toronto, Bermuda, Vegas, DC, Baltimore, and Asia. He's opened up for Louis Vega as well. That's something that I saw that I'm definitely interested in talking to him about, and just how he feels and how he started producing. So make sure you guys give a warm welcome and say hi to him. Mike Freak in the building, and let's bring him in right now. Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
hey, how you doing? I'm good.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I'm
Thanks for
excited to do
coming.
this.
Yeah, is this your first talk show? Have you done lots of talk
I've done
shows?
a couple, but it's been a while. I think the last one I did was like last year, so I have not had this like set up with my laptop and just,
Okay. Have
putting it
you
on the desk.
yeah, for sure. Have you were you on Tweak Music Tip show? You should definitely get on
Yeah,
his
I
show.
we were actually on the Tweak Music Tip show together.
Oh,
You
wait.
forgot about
What?
that? Yeah, that was
Oh
me.
my gosh. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why you look so familiar. Okay, that is
yeah,
crazy. Wow. That
that
was
was
so
me.
long. I forget everything. I even forget my friends' names. Like my friends are like,
Yeah,
"What is wrong with you? You don't remember anything." Um,
I'm
that's
Mike
why
Freak,
you look
if I just
familiar.
in case you forgot
Yes.
about me.
No, I'm sorry. Oh my
It's all
gosh.
good.
Oh, okay, that's what I remember. Yes. I think I was so nervous too, like being on his show because he's got a large audience. So I was a little, I don't know if you were nervous. I was nervous.
I don't know. I forgot about how I felt that day. I was just like,
Oh,
no, I think we were in the middle of like fixing the basement. So the spot where I stream now, we were fixing it during that interview. So I was more of like concerned on how to get this basement fixed and ready so I can stream again. So I
okay.
think
And
that
he had a
was
couple
yeah.
people. He had a couple people on too. The other guy, I can't remember his name. I always forget his name too. I think he's international. Is he from the UK?
Oh, Lee Buxton, yeah, Lee Buxton. Yeah,
There was
he's
another guy too. I can't remember. Oh, who was he? I don't know.
Martino
Yes, that's
Varga.
it. I
Yeah,
remember him. Yeah.
he's now based in Toronto.
He's based in Toronto?
Yeah, he moved to Toronto.
What?
I think last year. Yeah, I
Mar
actually met him. I met him in real life.
Wow. Did you meet
Yeah,
Father
I mean
Damien?
even Lee Buxton. I've met a whole bunch of people on Twitch in real life. So
Man, I gotta meet you too. Would you ever like come back to Toronto or?
we're working on a show, so hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully things work out. Hopefully this year. So we'll
Oh,
see.
okay. Have you linked up with Father Damien too at all?
No. Yeah, we did talk about like meeting just in case, I swing by. So I'm definitely going to Father Damon if I ever visit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me know if
Mhm.
you're ever in Toronto. I'd love to meet you
Yeah,
and
I'll do.
your family as well. Yeah. So I was gonna ask, like, are you originally from Baltimore?
No, actually, so I grew up in the Philippines. So
Hmm.
that's where um I kind of like, you know, developed my love for music because when I was there, I was like playing for bands. Then after that, I was a raver during
Hmm.
college. So like after band rehearsals or band practice, and then we have a gig. After the gigs would finish at around 1. What do you do after 1 o'clock? You go to a rave, you go to an after party. So that's what got me into dance music.
Oh, wow. Okay, got
Yeah.
you into it. dance music and stuff. So when did you move, like, from the Philippines then?
I moved. When did I move? 2005.
Okay. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
2000. That must have been a massive adjustment too. So you moved to the States?
Yeah, I did move to Arizona of all places.
Mhm.
So it was like in the middle of nowhere. It was like a 1 2 hour drive to get to the closest Walmart or just to get out of
Oh,
town. It's about
wow.
2 hours. So yeah.
Yeah. Arizona is beautiful though, like
It
the
is.
Red
It
Rock
is.
Mountains.
It is very beautiful, but it's crazy if you live there. Like you always see those things that you see on postcards and whatnot, like how beautiful the state is. Then you see it every day. I was like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
true. So then what led you, so did you go from Arizona to Baltimore
Yeah,
or
I
go
moved to
somewhere else?
Baltimore. So yeah, my girlfriend back then, who eventually became my wife,
Mhm.
found a job here in Baltimore. So it was like,
Wow.
who's gonna move where? So eventually,
Yeah, that's true.
I left I left Arizona.
3 different places too. Wow, like
Yeah,
3.
I've lived around. I've moved to a whole lot of different places.
Wow. How you doing, Mix Matt? Good to see you.
Hey, Mixed
Um,
Matt in the house. I've met Mixed Matt.
mhm.
I've met Mixed Matt in person.
Isn't he from Toronto? He's from Toronto, I
No,
think.
he's from London.
Oh, I'm getting everything mixed up. Why did I think he was from Toronto? Oh, maybe not. I guess not. Okay. I
Oh, we
Yeah,
got
I
a
definitely
bot.
thought.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
I
You
just
got the bot.
tried. I'm not good at modding, but I tried. I'm trying to do this. Okay, awesome. How you doing, Mix Matt? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through as well. I know more people will definitely filter in. So what kind of came first for you? Was it like producing or DJing?
Producing first. I've been producing for about 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you originally like get into producing? Was it when you lived in the Philippines?
Yeah, when I lived in the Philippines. So yeah, just met a bunch of people who were into dance music, and I got interested in it because I played a keyboard, and one of the main instruments for producing dance music is a keyboard, and it was kind of like a little easy for me since I play the keyboard, so I can kind of make a tune whenever I need to. I could just hum it and just play it and record the thing. So kind of kickstarted my producing career, if you can call it that.
So were you like self-taught then? Like you figured it out on your own?
Actually, studied. I'm still actually studying music.
Oh,
I'm studying in, yeah, I'm studying in Berkeley. Um, yeah, trying to get a couple more degrees and get my master's. So I'm like
oh, that's really cool. Wow.
so yeah.
So how many instruments? Because I saw you on TikTok. I saw the keyboard, I saw the guitar, and of course DJing, like your controller or turntables. Like, how many instruments do you know how to play?
Mm, trying to count now. I mean, I can teach any instrument. Let's just put it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I've I started with the violin, then my daughter, who's now 16, was into cello. So as she was practicing, I kind of practiced with her. So I learned how to play the cello as well. And then, I've been playing the keyboard, the piano for a long time. Then I play the drums, I play the bass, I play the guitar. So, and I understand how to play wind instruments too. So I can't play it proficiently. I can't make it sound good, but I do know the mechanics.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
like you're like a prince almost, like how Prince could play
Mm,
every
it
instrument.
was Prince, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you prefer like one instrument over the other?
No.
No.
Uh,
And then drums? Drums you would know how to play?
I've played drums actually up until like 2016. I would sit in for a couple of people who's not available. I'd play drums for them. I did a couple of
Wow.
weddings as well. Like, if the band needs like a drummer, I'd sit in and play the drums. So
Hmm.
yeah, I've done that.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, Mix Matt says a man of many musical talent. Yeah, that's
Oh.
true actually. Do you find it easier though, like when you're producing? Because I know I went to the Apple store and you know how they have GarageBand and
Hmm.
different programs, and you can
Yeah.
literally like turn a house song into like a funk song. Like you have the drums, the saxophone, like you could just click it with the click of a button. Like, do you prefer like recording some of your instruments and
Um,
then piecing
it
it
really
together?
depends because now you have a whole lot of tools that make producing easier. So you can just drag and drop like ideas, musical ideas from tools like samples, which is heavily dance music is heavily reliant on samples. So you can just drag and drop samples and just make music out of it. But sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll just play an instrument that fits what I'm making.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So do you think it's like easier for people to just become producers, kind of like DJs now? Like how everyone wants to be a DJ or because of the technology
Yes,
changing?
it is very easy to learn how to DJ and produce at this day and age because tools are available. Because back then it was, it's things like the equipment we have was expensive, and
Hmm.
now it's very affordable. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty affordable. You don't have to break the bank to buy equipment and even learn stuff like there's YouTube where you can go to YouTube and learn how to produce or learn how to DJ. So there's a whole lot of stuff available for us freely as opposed to ages ago where you really have to go to school or
So
just
true.
yeah.
Like stems, right? Like do you find that so much easier? Like do you ever use that too? Stems and stuff?
um like stems, if we're talking about software like the one that
Hmm.
Serato has,
Yeah.
I've not used that. As far as DJing, I'm a very traditional DJ. I'm like an AV kind of DJ. I just blend tunes and so um I haven't used them, so I'm pretty interested. I'm pretty curious about that. So it's
Hmm.
another one of those I would like to try. One of
It's
those
pretty
things that
cool.
yeah.
Like, it's like stripping the words, right? The lyrics, like the
Hmm.
acapella or making
Yeah, and
acapella
then
and
you
just
can
taking the
grab the
beat.
drums off
It's
of
like very,
track. Yeah.
uh yeah, like it's very fast, like very easy, I guess,
Hmm.
to do. So, but do you think that's kind of well, I'm not gonna say more competition to you, but like how do you feel? Because it's like you're a veteran pretty much as a producer 20 years ago compared to now. So how do you feel about like all these things coming out? Like are you like fine with it or do you kind of wish
It's
it was
fine. I
more
mean,
back then?
you always have to pass the torch. You have to for this culture that we have to evolve. You have to be accepting of the new generation.
Mhm.
So
So
I
true.
don't think of that as a competition really.
Okay. So what software did you do you remember like the first software? The only software I remember is Audacity. I used to use that on radio.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
still
ever
use
used it?
Audacity.
Oh, do
I
you?
still use Audacity if I'm like, because I produce a
Nice.
radio show too.
Okay.
Every now and then I use Audacity. I mean, there's a whole lot of tools now available, but yeah, if I need a quick edit of something, I just use Audacity because
Mhm.
it's pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but for producing, like now, I mainly use Ableton. I use Logic as well. Hey, DJ The Force,
How you doing, the forest? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. We
thanks
did
for
an
coming.
interview
Yeah.
together. Make sure you
Oh,
guys
nice.
check the replay as well on
Hmm.
that interview. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Ableton, Logic are like my two software for producing, and yeah, a whole bunch of samples and splice, and yeah, those are the three main
Okay.
instruments, the main software I use.
Oh, that you use. Okay, nice.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's so you use those things and then you could play like any type of instrument. What happens if it's Like I'm trying to think, a violin, a flute, a trumpet.
Um, so with the software that we have now, you can get those sounds on the software on its
Yeah,
own.
that's
Like
true.
Logic has that,
Hmm.
Ableton has that sound. I also use I use a synthesizer right here. So this one
Nice.
has all the sounds if I need anything.
Hmm.
If I'm too lazy to play the guitar, this one has the guitar sound, so I'll just you know play it
Nice.
then.
I love the synthesizer. That would probably be my favorite, the synthesizer to like
Hmm.
add in, you know?
Yeah, you
Um,
can
and
add
saxophone.
any instrument. Like if you need a saxophone, this one has it. If you need a piano, this one has it. So yeah.
Hmm. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Um, yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming through, DJ the Forest. Good to see you as well. So I'm just wondering with producing, like, where do you see it going? I guess in the future, like just with the younger people or what they're doing, like just how you see the technology evolving. Is there anywhere you kind of like DJing? You know how DJs they wear the what is that 3-day 3D thing, like the new DJs are
Oh
now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
going to have those goggles on and they're like a virtual DJ. Like,
Mhm.
do you like where do you see producing
I
going
mean,
with the technology?
we have AI now. You can pretty much conceive any idea you could come up with using AI. You can make music using AI. I
Hmm.
actually embrace it. You know, that's technology. That's how things are. That's where things are headed. So if for you as an artist to evolve, you either embrace it or if you're gonna get left behind
Hmm.
and get stuck in your ways, and which is isn't bad. But if you want to evolve and grow and understand how things work, then yeah. Oh, Benji
Yeah, that's
Bradshaw, one of our collaborators, is right there.
oh nice.
Yeah, we
Benji
have a
Bradshaw. Good to see you.
he's an artist from Brooklyn.
Oh, nice. And you also
Yes.
have an event coming up too in New York, right? It's
Yes,
like in
we
end of
actually do.
August.
Yeah, Benji's gonna perform with us. We did a couple of tracks, a whole bunch of tracks together with Benji, so he's gonna be performing a whole bunch of those. I'm gonna be dancing. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Oh yeah,
Benji's gonna do all
awesome.
the
Do you
dancing. I'm not.
prefer one or the other? Like if you had to make a choice. Oh, that's good. That's good. He's going to do all the dancing.
No,
You got to make
Benji's
sure you
not
tape
doing
it.
the dancing.
Are you guys streaming? You guys should stream.
Which one? Oh, the event.
Like yeah, August 29th is your event in New York.
Well, hopefully we'll see. We'll see if because we're gonna do it in a club. You know how clubs are. You know, setting up the streaming
Oh,
gear in a club is a pain.
it's kind of hard. Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit hard.
Hmm.
Unless if you yeah, that is actually kind of challenging. It depends on their Wi-Fi too, if it's any good. I
Yeah.
still do. I still try to set it up. Do you try to stream any like of your events
No,
too?
it's too much. I just can't like
It is a
worry
lot.
about streaming and then worry about the
Exactly.
dance floor and it's
Yeah, 100%. And
I
people
just don't
don't
have.
realize how much you're looking at, right? When you're live streaming, then when you're trying to concentrate on your event too and
Hmm.
make like a few hundred or 1,000 people
Yeah.
happy in front of you.
Hmm.
Unless if you just say no mic, not in chat, like just live streams.
Right.
Because a lot of Twitchers do like to see what you're doing, right? Like they like to,
Hmm.
they feel like they're a part of the party even though they're not there. So it might be a good
Sure.
idea. Yeah, I would love to come. Actually, you know what? That you got me
You
thinking.
should. You should come, Honey Flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely love to. Yeah, if I can. I'm trying to stretch out my savings here. So that's why I'm
Actually,
not traveling.
we have a
But
couple
that's good.
Canadians. We have a couple of Canadian friends coming over, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
Sorry, where did you say it was? Brooklyn or is it
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn,
New York
August
City?
29th. That's a Thursday.
About a month and I'm just looking here. Yeah, about a month, like month and a week or something. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I might. That
Yeah,
could be a possibility.
you can take the megabus or take
It would
Amtrak.
be definitely. Oh, I would probably just drive, but that
You
would
can
be a
drive too.
drive.
You have driven from
Yeah.
back and forth between Toronto and here in Baltimore. It's not bad.
How long was the drive for you? Trying.
It was about
Okay.
8
Oh,
hours.
8. Oh,
It's
that's
not
actually
bad.
not
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's probably about 8 or 9 hours to New York as well.
Yeah, it's the
So
same.
that might might be a possibility, guys. Maybe I'll think about it. But
Hmm.
you guys got to come to Toronto too. Definitely got to come back here. You
We were
know.
actually yeah, we were in the middle of planning a show for Pride early this year. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get that one sorted.
Yeah, yeah. You guys got to definitely come to Toronto. That's
Hmm.
for sure. So you like basically DJ'd around the world. Some of the places you guys I'm going to mention again because it's worth mentioning. He's traveled, and DJ'd in London, New York, Toronto, Bermuda, Vegas, DC, Baltimore, and Asia. How was it like in some of these places? Can you kind of describe that? Just DJing because they're so different each place.
Yeah, each town has a different vibe. But I get booked. The good thing is I get booked to play house music, which is the music I love playing. It's the music I produce, so it's not that bad. But each one has a different vibe. Each town.
Hmm.
I'm from Baltimore, so obviously I play a lot in DC. They have a different vibe up over there. Um, and I played in London. I played more of a soulful vibe up over there when I was there. And yeah, I did a warehouse in Toronto. So I was like playing more tech house, more techno. So, it's all different vibes in every town you go to. Like Bermuda, you think about the islands. So it's more of like a chill kind of vibe, kind of house music. So yeah, I got to see Mixmat at the Ministry of Sound in London. So it's one of those
Nice.
bucket list venues I've always wanted to play. And yeah, Mixmat was one of the first people in line.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
was really
really good,
cool. It was just cool meeting Twitch people. So it's just one of the best things
especially across
I've
the
done here in
world.
Twitch. Yeah, yeah. It's
What
pretty
about in
cool.
Asia? Like whereabouts was it? Was
So I
it
played a little bar in
Philippines
Tokyo.
or other places?
I played in the Philippines. That's where I grew up. And then I came back and came back as a DJ. I left there. I didn't know how to DJ. I came
Mhm.
back as a DJ. So that was fun. But oh, here's a crazy story. After my set, this was during the time when they were having issues with drugs, and the president
Mhm.
was like, Duterte was all over that drug issue. Like 5-10 minutes after my set, the cops closed the club, and they had yeah they they arrested everybody, everyone. So we were
Oh
in
wow,
the
really?
police
That's
precinct
scary.
for about 5-6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I would have
crazy.
been
Like,
freaking out.
yeah, I called my wife. I told my wife
Oh.
something happens. Call the U.S. embassy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you don't want to mess it being in a different country, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're probably
But
were you
the fun
freaking
part is
out?
I met a whole lot of people from, like, I met a lot of Canadians and a lot of Americans who
A
was
lot of
there.
Canadians in jail?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they didn't put us in jail. We was like in the precinct. They were getting all our information and all
But
that. They were
still,
checking.
that's still scary.
Yeah, they were checking if we had drugs and all. I'm like, oh shit. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean
yeah.
to cuss, but yeah,
No, that's okay. Yeah.
that was a horrible
Wow.
situation right there. So,
That's
but yeah,
crazy.
I did enjoy that set, but yeah, the experience afterwards was just crazy.
So how are they in Asia? I could imagine, don't they go all night? Like it's a real probably
Yeah,
party.
the party I played there was like gonna go on till about 8 a.m.
Wow. And then like do they prefer different kinds of house, like tropical Afro house or like deep house
So
or
the club I played at, they were leaning towards more techno, more harder
oh,
kind
okay.
of house. So yeah, that's where I kind of went to that with that set as far as I remember.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
Baltimore has its own kind of different sound too, right?
Yeah,
Like I know they're
Baltimore has its
introducing
own
me to
sound.
go-go music. They're introducing me to go-go
Oh yeah,
music.
I
I don't know.
mean
I'm not
DC.
familiar.
Yeah, Washington DC is pretty close. It's one of the capitals of go-go music, so it's pretty big up over there, which is like an hour, 45 minutes from Baltimore. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with go-go.
So then what's the big thing in Baltimore then, like for house? Like is there a
There,
specific
there's, I mean, there's the Soulful House, which I'm kind of
Mhm.
like a part of.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, a whole
Soulful
lot
house.
of people like Ultranate came here, was from here, Crystal Waters, a whole bunch of these people that I've, you know, looked up to are from Baltimore. So that has its own scene. There's also the Baltimore Club, or some people call it the Jersey Club. I don't know if you're familiar with that type of house music.
Not too familiar. What would that be described as? Like the Jersey house?
The B the trying to remember if you I don't know if you remember the early Diplo
Oh,
sound
yes.
from
Yep.
like
Yep.
2008, the thugs, 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 thugs.
Yes.
So that's
Okay.
Baltimore Club right there. Yeah. Or Jersey
Oh,
Club, or yeah.
interesting. And
Yeah.
then have
So
you been to Chicago? Because Chicago is like a huge house scene too
that
there.
is one of that's in the bucket list. So hopefully, you know, one day
Hmm.
I'll be coming over. Just enjoy the house music scene up over there.
Yeah, exactly. Have you linked up with like Portia Live or, Mr. Latin House or any of those guys
No,
too?
I haven't.
DJJ
I have
Joan is a huge house head too.
no, I have not.
Hmm.
I've actually met more people in outside of the country than here. So
That's interesting.
yeah, it's pretty interesting how this
What
thing
about,
evolved for
do you
me.
know Mary 808? She's a female DJ from the Philippines.
No,
I mean, I
I
know
don't
there's
remember
so
that.
many DJs from the Philippines, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no,
She doesn't not really specialize in house, more hip hop, R&B, different things. But I was curious to see if you might have known her.
no,
So,
no, no.
well, that's interesting. So, and then UK brings a different vibe as well, right? I know they have
Mm-hmm.
like what is it, garage? Like I'm not
Yeah, the
so
UK
familiar. I'd like
garage.
to get more. I'd like to get more of that
Mm-hmm.
sound as well. That's what's interesting and cool about Twitch, right? Like just learning from other countries and different places,
Yeah.
like what their vibe is
Mm-hmm.
and what people like, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a fun thing about Twitch. You know, you kind of find the people, you know, like-minded people, the same set of people that you know goes with your vibe, and you kind of build a community off of you know that you know you kind of share the same love for the love for the same type of music. So yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty amazing. That's why I love Twitch.
Yeah, it's so true. Hey, Angelica, how you
Yeah,
doing?
Angelica, where she's one of my collaborators as well.
Okay,
So
good to see you guys. I'm not sure. Are you streaming on your channel too, or no? If not, that's okay. But let me know. Are you streaming there as well? Like this?
mm, what do
No?
you mean? No.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. I just put in the email that you can live stream like this show on your channel as well
Oh
or
shoot, I didn't know
different
that.
platforms.
What can
Yeah,
I?
that's
Yeah,
okay. The only reason why I'm asking is because I'm wondering if people are sitting on your channel because sometimes they'll sit on both channels not knowing that we're here, right? So I was
oh,
just
okay,
curious
okay.
about that. But that's okay. I
Mm,
put in the email if you're interested. You could, I think you're allowed to stream on StreamYards to two different channels, but that's okay
oh,
though. So
okay.
as more people will, I'm sure more people will definitely come in, filter in, and learn definitely more about you. I know a lot of people catch the replays too. So thanks for
Mhm,
coming, you guys, and also YouTube and Facebook as well. I know they're listening on there as well. We're on twitch.tv/DJ Honeyflow. So definitely make your way down if you're sitting on Facebook or YouTube watching as well.
mhm.
So when you like went to all these different countries and places, uh, was there anything that like really worked or didn't work? Because each country's so different in how they like house, right? Or were you
Mhm.
able to kind of do the same kind of different sets in all these different
Yeah, it's I
countries, or
mean,
did you have
each country's you play a different set, you play a different vibe to
to? Hmm.
every country you play at. Sometimes also, you know, you have to think of where you at the time of the party. Sometimes it could be opening a party, sometimes it could be closing. So, you know, those are another other things you have to consider. So, yeah, um each DJ set always comes with a different vibe to it. So
Hmm.
Yeah, so those are the things you have to consider when you're DJing. Also, a little research goes a long way, knowing what kind of music is popular there. So you
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like,
true.
when you come over to the town, you kind of know what you need to play.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Benji's like all types of honey. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's like that with any DJ, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have any like most memorable stories that you could think of traveling to any of these countries or just DJing in general?
I
Has there
mean,
been something really memorable for you?
it's meeting the people really that was pretty memorable. Um,
Hmm.
Giving these people hugs and, like I've met a whole bunch of these people online and then having to see them having, their faces finally get to meet each other in person.
Hmm.
That's the best experience for me. So that has
Yeah.
always been what's memorable, getting the hugs after your set from these guys. So that's pretty amazing.
And don't you feel like it's family? Like a lot of people always
Yeah,
say,
it,
how
it
could
feels like, you've
yeah.
you've met these guys for like you've known these guys for like forever, but
Hmm.
you've
And
only
people
known each
always
other through
say,
Twitch.
how can you be connected with people online? Like my friends always say that. They're like, that doesn't
Yeah,
make
it's
sense.
it's it's
You
it's
know, they
weird,
don't really
right?
get it. But then when
Yeah.
you meet them, it literally feels comfortable, like you've known them for a while,
Yeah, that is
even though
that's
you
so true.
actually don't know them,
Hmm.
you know? But I think that's the beauty of Twitch as well.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people even know their personal lives. I'm like, oh, you and you, I know you guys were a couple and blah blah blah. But it's just funny.
Mhm. So true. Have you
Yeah.
had anything disastrous happen to you, like DJing, that
No,
you could
no,
think of on a
thankfully
stage?
not. No, I don't think
No?
so.
No
No.
equipment failure?
No,
No
that hasn't happened. I
no
think I may have
crazy person come
I
up to you?
there's always the crazy person that comes up and,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
craziest request that you've gotten? Have you gone any crazy,
crazy
requests?
request. No, the
No
most the
synchronized?
most annoying thing that ever happened was this guy came up to me and said he had a USB and if he can plug his USB in my if he can plug his USB in the CDJs. I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah, don't you hate it when you're just like, "Oh, they're coming up to you to compliment you or say something nice," and then they're like, "Excuse me, can you just, do you got a jack for the phone? Can you just
Yeah,
plug do
that's
you got an
another
extra
one.
outlet that you could plug your
Mhm.
phone in?" And I'm like, "Really?" Like or if you're doing like a department store, you think they're gonna say something nice to you about your
Mhm.
mixing, and they're just like, "Do you know where the baby clothes are? Can you tell me where the shoes are? The men's
Oh.
shoes are?" You're like, "Oh, okay." Never mind. But you probably don't do department stores. You probably do like large gigs. It sounds like you definitely do
I
large.
mean, I've played like I remember playing big clubs and no one was there, so that
Oh
was
yeah?
fine. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
that's
It's
maybe
up
all.
and down,
I
right?
think yeah, you have to go through that. You have to understand,
Hmm.
the ebbs and flows of DJing because sometimes you'll play, you're too excited, come there, no one shows up.
Yeah, the level of requesting, it's so true. Or do you have any weird requests, like say you're in a
Uh,
genre,
s-
your house genre, and
so
they want
I've been blessed to play like clubs that just cater to house music,
okay,
and you
nice.
know, a lot of these clubs have some sort of culture, and no, not a whole lot come up to you and request for a song. So
Hmm.
that's been
Okay.
great. Other than people showing up at the DJ booth, dancing behind you,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
someone bringing their USB and trying to plug their USB on the CDJs, which is like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
So true. Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as like getting requests, not a whole lot. So I think I remember probably every now and then someone would suggest, "Oh, this song would be good for that song you're playing." Oh,
Oh my gosh, that's so true, Angelica, or drinks on your equipment. She knows, she
mhm.
knows.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I do? If when they're not looking, I'll quickly grab the drink. Like, I don't know if you ever watch Mr. Bean, but I'm like him. Like, I'll start running and I'll grab the drinks and then I'll move them like very quickly. Like, I'll
Mhm.
hide them on people. Like, I'll hide
Yeah.
them on the floor. I'll hide them at another table. And then they'll be like, "Oh, what happened with my drink?" I'll be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened. And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden they stick another drink down 2 seconds later on your table. And
It's
when they're not
crazy.
looking, I'll grab the drink and I'll start
Mhm.
running and move it somewhere else. I do that because I don't want my equipment. Like, don't you find that they all like sit their drinks there too?
Yeah, yeah, that happens quite often, and every now and then I'll be getting like drinks from people. Before you know it, like I'll have a couple of drinks on the DJ booth.
Oh
Probably the
gosh.
thing is I don't drink, so I don't drink. So
Oh,
yeah,
you don't even if they're
I,
like say here have a drink or
every now and then I'll take a shot, but that's it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't,
don't drink on
I
the
don't drink.
job.
I
I
don't
don't
really
drink
drink.
really in general. Yeah.
I'll do a shot. That's it.
I'm surprised you don't, because most all DJs, I never
Uh,
meet another DJ that doesn't drink. Like I'm usually the oddball that
I don't,
doesn't.
I don't drink.
Is it just because you're like, do you just not drink in general, or just when you're DJing?
I just don't drink.
Okay.
I used to drink, but I don't drink when I'm DJing. That's
Yeah.
kind of like a thing
Yeah,
for
it's not
me.
good for your
Yeah.
health. Roses are red. She's very into fitness, you guys. Roses are red. It's true. It isn't the
Hmm.
greatest for your I may have one or two drinks a year. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, yeah. Every now and
I
then,
don't
I'll.
like the way it makes me feel. I don't know about you, but when I'm DJing, if I have one drink, like one small tiny drink, I'm feeling all I want to do is play slow jams and like wine in the
Hmm.
corner, like I so it's not good. If you're a DJ, you got to hype up the party, not slow
Yeah.
it down. So drinking does that to me. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No
um,
drinks. No drinks for me.
Angelica, you DJ? Does she DJ?
No,
She
she's
sounds
a
like she
singer.
DJs.
She's an artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
We have a
cool.
track coming up next week.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Does she sing on
So
Twitch too?
she actually was a
I gotta
guest
check
here.
her.
She came up over here a couple last year. Last year she was here. She performed here at the here in where I stream at. And we did a
Oh,
couple
nice.
performances in DC, and she performed with us when we did our um festival in Baltimore.
Yeah,
And yeah, she's performing too on August 29th.
nice. She would do really well on Twitch.
You know what?
You
Yeah.
gotta, you gotta, you gotta sing on Twitch, Angelica. The singers are
Yeah.
killing it. They have like a few hundred people. Like the DJs are grinding on Twitch, but I promise you, and even doing a talk show, it's always a grind. But like, if you're a great singer, which I'm pretty sure you are, if you're working with
She
Micfreak,
is.
then you got to get on Twitch and start singing,
Mhm.
and it doesn't have to be all professional, like all LinkedIn, like all of the rest of us. Some are literally singing on their bed, and I know a few singers on Twitch, and they have always a few hundred people in their room. So it would be
Mhm.
amazing, uh,
Yeah.
to
I
see you
actually
in others.
told her to learn how to DJ too, and DJ and sing.
Oh yeah, that would be a
That
triple
would be
threat.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be definitely a triple threat. And yeah, and if you love singing, like whereabouts is she based out of? It like
She's based in New York.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
she yeah, she's performing with us along with Benji for the August
oh
29th
nice.
show. So
And Benji, does he DJ or does he sing?
he's gonna DJ.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
declare that because I've been telling Benji to DJ.
Yeah, we can't wait to watch you. Let me know if you guys jump on Twitch, Benji, Angelica, if you guys jump on Twitch, let me know and I'll do whatever I can to help you guys too. I've been at this for close to
I
4 years
I
now.
think yeah,
So
you should have them too as your guests. They're really
yeah,
talented people.
sure. Like I'm always looking for I have other singers and people I
Hmm.
featured. So yeah, definitely. And people love that. They just love if you're good at talking to the chat room and then you sing. It's not
Hmm.
always the best performance. I know my friend Flo Soul, she's a singer and she could be a perfectionist and be like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that right, this. But she's great talking to the chat. And that's what
Yeah.
it is, right? And then
Hmm.
singing. People don't care if you're like, the top tier singer. They care about you
Well, she
interacting
is
with
top
them.
tier singer because she sings.
Mhm.
She did a couple of tracks with David Morales.
Nice.
The
Oh, well then
David Morales. Yeah.
she's already a celebrity then. So you definitely got to
Hmm.
get on Twitch then.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to showcase more singers as well.
Yes, yes, you
So
should. Benji Bradshaw has performed for Glitterbox.
nice.
He's been all over the place, all over New York. So yeah, these are the people. They're
Like
very
I'm drawing a
talented.
blank on the woman. Oh, what's her name? She's huge, you guys. She had something happen with her health recently. Is it Tori? Is it Tori? Tori something. Drawing a blank. She just got on Twitch, and now she's like at thousands of people, and
Wow.
people just love to just hear her stories and hear her sing.
Hmm.
So yeah, and if you guys are ever interested in an interview, just message me. Oh, Roses Are Red says I want to learn how to DJ. Awesome. Yeah, well, definitely Roses Are Red. I could see that.
Hmm.
Let's see here. I'm just looking at some of these comments. Awesome. So you've never had any equipment failure, anything crazy except you not going to jail, but like you having that incident
Yeah.
in Asia. That's pretty scary though. So your wife must have been freaking out if you're like, yeah, you might want to call the US embassy just in
Hmm.
case.
Yeah, we
Like,
were just about ready to you know, hit the panic button, call the US embassy to bail me out. Do
wow.
something.
Can you imagine? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why you got to be so careful too at different events and partying and
Yeah,
one
that's the thing. If of all places, it had to be, where I grew up that gave me all that trouble. But
wow. One
yeah,
crazy night. See, that's why it's probably a good idea not to drink because one crazy night can land you in jail, guys. You
oh
know,
yeah,
yeah, in another
it's
country
another
and you need
country.
back and you need to get back. So you also opened up for Louis Vega, right? And
Hmm.
I think that was that last year?
That was yeah. Was that last year or 2 years ago? Yeah, I had the pleasure of opening for Louis. It's
That's
just
amazing.
he's like the maestro, like
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
one of
So
the
how did
legends.
like walk me through that? Like how did that happen and like how did you feel like opening up for him as well?
Um, so I'm pretty active in our local. I used to be pretty active in the local scene back then, and I've developed relationships with quite a few people, and club owners, promoters, and stuff like that. So that kind of like led to that, and they were looking for a DJ to open for Louis, and they hit me up,
Wow, that's
and
huge.
yeah, that was pretty huge. Well, the thing was like Louis is one of those people that has supported my music as well. So wait a sec. Nope. Shout out to the spam caller.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Yeah, I
More spam.
appreciate that. They always think about me every single day. They
I know,
give me a
eh?
call, check on
Every
me.
single day for me too. Those are the only
Yeah,
ones calling me.
yeah,
Like frick, man, the only people I'm talking
yeah.
to is
Well,
bots
at
on
least
my show.
someone cares about you.
Bots on my show and also spam
Yeah.
callers. And I'm
Shout out
legit
to the
asking them
bots.
out for dinner thinking that they're real and they're bots. Yeah, we got to make sure Angelica isn't a bot or Benji or
Um,
roses are red. We got to make sure. Write something else so we know you're not bots.
yeah.
Just joking. Oh man. Um yeah, let's
So
see.
where was I? Yeah, that was that. Louis Vega's really nice, very down to earth. Like I told him, Can we take a selfie?" Then he was like in the middle of she said he needed to fix something and stuff. Then he
Yeah.
just came up to me and I was like, "Yo, you want to take the picture now?" Yep. I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, let's do it."
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Now, like,
Louis down to earth
I know
like
you
that.
wrote something nice on your page about Louis Vega. So, like,
Did I?
there
Okay.
was something that almost got you emotional when I was reading that about you with Louis Vega. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh no.
I remember the
Okay.
stuff I post, but every now and then I'll post like random stuff I'm feeling that moment. So, what did I
Oh
say?
yeah, you put. See, yeah, I know. I do good
Okay.
investigations,
Yeah, you're
guys.
you're a
So
stalker.
I know. Yeah, I'm a bit of a stalker. He said, but I'm a friendly stalker. Damn it, I'm a
Yeah, it's all
friendly
good. It's
Canadian
all good.
stalker. I'm not a creepy stalker. I can be if I
I
like
mean,
you,
well, I
but
mean, we're down
like
for
if
some
I
creeps
like you,
too. Creeps and freaks.
if I like you,
There you go.
like like you, like that, then I can be a creepy stalker.
Yep.
But but like I'm not saying that like you're married, so it's not that way. But no, I do my research. So I did
Okay.
see on his Facebook page, because I'm good at investigations. You said that you almost cried or got emotional because Louis Vega said that he thanked you for your music,
Yeah.
and when you're DJing the gig, and I thought that was like actually really special. Like that would have been a special moment, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
because during lockdown, everyone was like streaming on Twitch. Louis was one of those guys, right? He was streaming on Twitch. Then every now and then I'll catch him. He'll be playing one of my tunes. So it's like pretty cool. And
yeah.
I think that was the pitch I gave the guys that promoted the party to. Like, yo, just in case you're not sure about me, like Louis Vega plays my tunes.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing.
that's kind
Wow.
of how I pitched myself to the
That's a
promoters.
big and that's a
The
big thing. Like working with the artists you've worked with. Like I'm also blown away because you just seem like, I mean, I don't we don't know each other quite well, but like you seem like such a humble guy. And I know I've said this in some of my interviews with some people, but you know how this industry can be,
Mhm.
and meeting different people. And I feel like it's just like a diamond in the rough meeting uh, people that are just authentic and real. And I kind of get that vibe from you, like what keeps you kind of like just showing humility in this industry, because you have done a lot. So you can easily have an ego and be like, oh, well, I deserve this and look at me. But what keeps you like humble in this industry?
Mm, I don't know. I don't really think about that.
Hmm.
Well, well, I don't know. I don't really think of. I just want to keep things simple. I just want things to work. If it doesn't work, then you know it just doesn't
Hmm.
work. I don't. I try not to overcomplicate things, and I always think of life is short. I don't want any negativity. No horrible vibes in my life. Pretty much. So
So true.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, one thing is I survived cancer, so
Hmm.
that kind of like changed the way I look at things, and I've kind of like learned how not to care and care at the same time.
Hmm. That's
So
amazing. Wow.
like life is just short. I don't have the time to. I don't want to stress out over stuff. I don't know. I just want things to fit. If it doesn't fit, I just move on from it. And sometimes that's just how I look at things. And
I love that. That's really awesome. How how long ago was it, and what type of cancer was it too?
it was this was like 5 years, like 2 years before the pandemic happened.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, 2018. Like I just saw a lump on my shoulder,
Hmm.
and I did a whole bunch of tests. I thought it was just like a regular bump, and lo and behold, so doctors told me it was that, and yeah, that kind of like changed the way I look at things, and yeah, the way I look at life is different. So I invest a lot of time with the people I care about. I invest a lot of time with my family. Although it feels like I'm always working,
Hmm.
but my work is music, so it's something I really love doing. So it's kind of like I'm not working, kind of, but I'm
Yeah,
working. You know,
that's so true. And so you're fully like what stage was it, and is it fully like
because
okay, or
yeah, I'm healed. So you
that's
know,
awesome. Yeah,
praying,
that's
hoping it
good
doesn't
to
come
hear.
back. Yeah, it's been rough. Yeah, I have several friends who got sick from it, and I always like feel that pain. So it's been rough, but at the same time, you have to look at what you're doing. What we're
Hmm.
doing right here, music is kind of like it's one of those. It's just a small thing of you know, it's pretty small compared to when you look at life. So I kind of invest in that. I invest in experiences. time with my family. So those are the things that I value. You kind of like learn how to value stuff differently. Because when I was like healthy, fully, I didn't care. Like always
Mhm.
wanted like I, you know, you were I was crazy about cars back then, and I got sick. I was like, oh, I was crying. I was driving. It's like, "Oh, I'm driving a nice car, but I'm dying." So I didn't care. So after that, I was like, I'm not gonna invest in stuff that you know that's superficial. So that's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
so
like how
true.
I look at life now.
That is, and it's such a good outlook. Like sometimes the
It's weird,
worst.
like I drive a very old Prius from
Mhm.
like I used to drive like a fancy, I used to tune cars and all that. I was like, so kind of changed the way I look at life as well.
Mhm.
So people, I know some people don't like me. I'm not bothered.
Wow, I got
Yeah,
to learn that from you. I don't know, especially if like
I
you're a
mean,
people pleaser. If you're a people
yeah,
pleaser, like
yeah.
I'm a major people pleaser, so
I'm a
it's like
people pleaser as
that's
well,
hard.
but if
Yeah.
it doesn't work, if I'm not gonna stress out. Oh, I will
Mhm.
stress out, but I kind of like learn how to let go of stuff. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
does
detachment.
actually.
Yeah, it's the detachment from like, physical stuff and more thinking of like, what's going to give you peace, what's going to give you joy, rather
Mhm.
than, trying to think of the superficial stuff. So,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
it definitely makes you. I think if, especially if you made it or made it big or you're like all high up in this industry, like it definitely uh is that's a huge piece of humble pie,
Hmm.
that you have to eat and think, okay, like it does change things when you have something traumatic or something like a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
trial like that.
When you're facing death, you kind of like nothing really matters. The only thing that matters is the people you love.
Yeah,
At the end of the
so
day,
true.
that's yeah.
So true. But does it, like, when you look at kind of what you do, because online, social media, all this stuff takes so much work for all of us too. Does it ever get frustrating? Because it's like you've done so many big things. You've traveled around the world, you've worked with legendary acts, like people know who you are. It's like, does the whole social media sometimes get a bit frustrating? Or do you ever feel inside, oh, maybe I
I
should be a little bit
actually
further?
I used to worry about it. Now I just, I'll post when I feel like posting, you know. If I could need something just to promote stuff, I'll do that. But at the end of the day, I believe, you know, my belief now is like if people like my work, people will find it.
Hmm.
That's been my how I look at things now.
Hmm.
So I try not to promote the music I make. Every now and then I'll talk about the shows that I'm playing because I would love to see the people there. So that's why I'm like promoting shows. Or if I have music because I want people to hear it, but I'm like trying because I know and I believe in my heart that people will find that music I make.
Hmm.
But sometimes I'm proven wrong and people don't find the music I make.
Hmm.
But sometimes, people will find it. So
Yeah.
if you believe in what you're doing, and if you believe truthfully, fully, in the artwork that you're making, it's it will manifest itself. People will find that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I also
DJ
feel though sometimes the how you doing, Bo and Ninjas? Good to see you, RT9. Good to see you as well. He
Route
says hello
9,
to
how we
you.
doing? Yeah.
Good to
DJ
see you guys.
101.
Um, like do you? But sometimes the algorithms and all this crazy stuff doesn't really
I
work.
stopped stressing about it
Yeah, work in our favor.
because
I
yeah,
sometimes find.
I remember I think a couple of years ago, I was like so high into Spotify plays because
Hmm.
for me that was kind of like how I got bookings, or one of the things that people would be looking at if you're an artist. And now I'm not too bothered by it. Like
Hmm.
my numbers have gone high and low, but at the same time, I've it's that's life, ebbs and flows, highs and lows. So you have to learn how to ride it and just keep making the art that you're making.
Yeah, so true. And I think it's also good doing it sometimes in empty rooms because it prepares you for the bigger
Yo,
rooms or
yeah,
bigger
true.
stages,
Yeah, I
right?
actually get frustrated. Like I've played a whole lot of empty rooms,
Hmm.
and that's just part of DJing, And it can get frustrating, but at the same time, I've played some awful sets. I've played some great sets. So that's life. You have to
Hmm.
kind of have to look at it as life. It's ups and downs. You'll have good shows, you'll have bad shows. You take it as it is and chalk it up to experience. You always
Yeah.
learn something, you always grow from it, no matter how good or how bad the experience is.
Yeah. And I love that you're sharing this. And thank you so much for sharing your
Yeah.
personal story. That's something that I did not know about you in all my
I
investigative
hardly
work.
ever talk about that, me being sick,
No, I
but
really appreciate you sharing that because there's so many people sitting in our chat rooms, so many that we know that are going through the exact
yeah,
same thing that this.
I actually have a friend who was just diagnosed, so I'm like kind of
Mhm.
feeling that. So
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah. And I mean our stories are to bless and help other people, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
you
another thing
never
too.
know.
So
Yeah.
you never
And I
know
love
who.
you never know who's going through what they're going through,
Hmm.
right? So and if you can get through everything you've gone through, and that makes so much sense as to why uh you're humble. I can sense that, I can sense a lot like of things from people like not to sound all crazy to you guys, but like kind of like their spirit.
You
Like
have
if I
some
meet
sort of
someone,
ESP.
and no, it's not that. I think it's just discretion. I think I can just
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
from
I know. You,
from
you can
different
kind of
people.
feel a person's
Yeah, and
energy.
like feel
You
a
feel
vibe, feel a
person's energy.
vibe.
Yep, yep.
And
There you
sometimes
go.
it's
The
a
vibe.
bad vibe, and you don't always listen, and you're just like, ah, whatever, But I could definitely feel that. And when I jumped on your show or met you, and I apologize, I don't remember Tweak, but I'm like, oh, that now I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember because
You
your
forgot about me. I'm
face.
kind of
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
I was kind
but
of
then
hurt, but
yeah, when I jumped on your show right away, I got that, and I'm like, man, this guy is like filled with humility here. Like this guy can go off and have the biggest ego. He can be like, oh well, look at me, or look. There's so many people in this industry that are like that, right? So it's just
mhm.
really refreshing meeting
Even
someone
even
that
here in
isn't.
Twitch,
Oh, even here on Twitch, yeah,
firing
big
my
time.
couple of shots, but
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. But I love that because I feel like when I was kind of not studying you or stalking you, but when I was looking up some of the stuff you've done, I'm like, wow, like it's so cool when you meet people that are really successful in life. Like you're obviously successful at producing, DJing, and doing what you're doing. But like the thing that's even more cooler to me is that, you're doing this and you've done big things, but you're not like showing it off. You know what I mean? I feel like the true successful people, it's kind of like looking at a billionaire or someone really crazy successful. Most of them don't have to floss. Some of them go to secondhand stores. Some of them like drive junky cars because they have
Mhm.
nothing to prove to people because they're just like, well, I'm already here. I've already done it. I don't need to prove to you or anyone else what I've done. Right. And I kind of feel like, in a sense, you strike me as that person that you've done a lot, but you're not like flossing like you see so many other people trying to
I don't know. I mean,
push their
success.
credentials.
I mean, success is kind of like hard to define. What makes a person successful? Is it, you know, like I always see myself as I'm still trying to get to where I want to get. I haven't done crap. That's kind of how I look at things. So
Hmm.
I don't, I don't worry about.
Like worry
Yeah,
about that.
I don't
But
like think about what I've done because yeah, the thing with looking at what you've done is you're kind of like just staying there. You're
hmm,
trying to just you know you're just staying on the high,
yeah,
and it's not good for your ego. It's not good for your mental health because you're pretty much stuck in whatever high you got.
yeah, you have to
So
keep
yeah, yeah,
maintaining
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You're
It
gonna come
becomes like a
down.
drug.
Everyone comes down. So when you come down, how do you live that? And I don't know. Success is kind of hard to define. Success is just one of those words. So I mean, what's successful to someone is not successful to someone else. You know, I don't know. It's
It's so true. That's so true.
kind of hard to see. Success is, you look at someone as successful, but that person has not reached the goal yet. That
Hmm.
his own personal goal. So that's kind of hard to define. But yeah, I always look at things as goals. Like this is one goal. If I get it, then you reach for another goal. So
Hmm. That's
yeah.
so true. Sorry to hear that, Mix Matt. I just saw your message up here. Yeah,
Oh
my
yeah,
condolences.
I'm just reading that. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
mixed Matt.
definitely throw up some hearts for Mix Matt. That's yeah, that's it's very very tough.
Yeah, I actually
Uh,
lost my dad the same way.
mhm.
During the pandemic of all times, it was like one of the worst things that could happen. I couldn't go home. Um, yeah, this was like during lockdowns. So yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
sorry to
that
hear
pain.
that. Wow.
Yeah.
Throw up some hearts, you guys, for Mike Freak and also Mix Matt as well. It's definitely challenging, and I think grief and loss
Hmm.
it changes
True.
you
Yeah,
quite
true.
a bit, you know, like and your outlook on life, and definitely makes you grateful for even being here, you
Yeah, yeah.
know. So
Appreciate life even more.
yeah, and the things that matter, you know, and just making a
Hmm.
difference here for sure.
True.
So, um, going back to, I'm just looking here. Did you have like a really? I know we talked about like most memorable moment, maybe DJing. What about like producing? Have you had like a really memorable moment or a really proud moment where you're like, wow, like this happened, and now it's like going it's topping, say, Traxsource and Beatport, like, or like
Mm,
any memorable moment that you could think of?
well, couple a couple months ago, I was like in the studio with Crystal Waters. Like we've done a lot of tracks together, and a lot of the collaborations we've done it online. We've met each other a couple of times, but we've met each other like in the club. Um, or like one time she came to our party. I threw a little party. She was there. She
Nice.
came over.
Wow. It's amazing.
It
Woo.
was like so. Speak of like parties, like
Mhm.
it was about 30 people showed up
Mhm.
when we did a little party. I was hoping to get a lot of people, but yeah, just about 30, 40 people showed up.
Mhm.
And she texted me like right after her show where the party was. And she showed up with her
Wow.
dancers,
Oh,
and we
that's so
just gave
sweet.
her the mic and she sang and the dancers were there. It's kind of like a house party. Krista
Crazy.
Waters was there.
Wow.
I have a video of that somewhere. I need to post that thing. But yeah,
You should post it. And
that was fun.
that's a true authentic artist for someone that's going to show up, like not say, "Oh, well, I need 20,000 people and I need this much money." For someone to show up for you like that, that's
Yeah,
huge, you
yeah.
know? It speaks volumes on
Hmm.
how she is or who she is as a
Yeah,
person
she's so down
and
to
her
earth.
character.
But yeah, so
Mhm. Awesome. So
yeah,
then how did
so
you link up with Crystal Waters? You said is from Baltimore. I didn't know that actually.
yeah, I mean, yeah, so the Basement Boys, who was DJ Spen, Tommy Davis, and Teddy Douglas, a whole bunch of them, produced those hits from the 90s. So they produced for Crystal Waters and a whole host of other artists like Ultra Nazi, Jasper Street, whole bunch of those. And yeah, I got signed with the DJ Spence label Quantize. And during that time where I got signed, I was like in the middle of, battling my illness.
Hmm.
And I kind of developed a relationship with DJ Spen, who, was in the middle of working with these artists. So he told me if I have any song to pitch to Crystal. And, you know, one of the songs I pitched, she worked on it and yeah, it did pretty good. So yeah, that was Party People. Um, that that did well, and that kind of like opened doors for me to work with other artists as well. So
And then
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
how
amazing.
you work with like Robin S. or Roland
Yeah,
Clark
yeah,
or
it's yeah
Roland Tucker.
with those, yeah, also with the same label, Quantize Recordings, which
Nice.
yeah, was under DJ Spen's
Hmm.
help. So that kind of like opened doors for me to work with these greats.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
that was really so it's been pretty recent then. So that like hasn't gone back 10 or 20 years. Like it
No, it's
literally
like
was
yeah,
that's crazy.
5 years. We put out the song.
Wow.
We put out that song Party People like in the middle of the pandemic. Like
Hmm.
we were debating if we should put out a club song during the pandemic, but yeah, people
Hmm.
loved it and that did well. So
And
that
when it
was
comes to producing, like, because you know how it's such a tricky industry with artists getting paid and getting royalties and getting their fair share from labels, like, does it kind of work the same thing when you're a producer, like getting kind of your fair share? I'm assuming you're getting it from the artist, or no, you're getting it from the label, right? Like,
what do you mean, like getting
so
paid?
if you're producing, yeah, getting paid. So say if
Uh,
you're producing a track for
like
them.
music isn't it's kind of sad like how you know making music now isn't like a viable source of income,
Hmm.
which is sad.
Hmm.
But that's the reality of it. So music is just one of those vehicles that you use to promote yourself. A a lot of the money usually comes from other things, shows. That's one. So yeah, pretty much music is just your vehicle. Making music is your vehicle to.
Hmm.
It's
But do
not
they?
the it's
Oh.
not the main source of income, really.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I've had a million couple of songs with a million plays. I've gotten like 300, 400 from royalties. So
Yeah, that's
it's just a
crazy.
very sad state, but that's a
Yeah.
reality of it.
But if they're
So
working for you, wouldn't they pay you as a producer for making the beats or like
um
making all that?
yeah, those are, different agreements for every project. Sometimes you
Oh,
get
okay.
paid upfront, sometimes you don't, sometimes you get royalties. So it's a per project kind of thing.
Oh,
Sometimes you
okay.
don't get any because you're, you
Wow.
know, promoting yourself and trying to
Like
build your name.
especially if
So,
it like blew up. I'm just curious. The only reason why I'm asking, I don't normally ask. I'm asking because I'm just wondering if it works the same way as, say, like an artist fighting for, you know what I mean? Like if they work under a label and then they're fighting to get paid as an artist for their creativity. I was
mhm.
just kind of wondering if it worked the same thing way with like producing that you have to
Yeah,
kind of
it's
set.
kind of like the same way because pretty much the
Wow,
producer
did
is the
not know
person
that.
behind, you're pretty much the person behind the scenes,
Yeah.
making the music and, making sure the music sounds nice, sounds cohesive and, ready for
Hmm.
streaming or sales and whatnot. So that's your job behind the scenes.
So what was your biggest track like out of all these artists you've worked with Barbara Tucker, Crystal Waters, Robin S, DJ Spen, Roland Clark, like some of these guys.
Actually,
What
I did one mainstream track this year
mhm.
with DJ Shaggy. DJ
Oh,
Shaggy,
cool. Of
was it me?
course.
I
Wasn't
did the
me.
remix. No, I didn't remix that. It wasn't me that remixed that.
There is kind of a house. Oh, you remixed it?
No,
I just played it on my show
no,
too, like a house version of Shaggy.
I'll send you that one. Just came out recently, like last year.
Mhm.
The name of the track is When She's Around.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll send you that one.
Okay, awesome. Would there be any artist like you would love to work for that you haven't worked for? If it could be anyone in the world, even if they were here or if they passed away, is there anyone a few artists that come to
Oh,
mind?
yeah, MJ, Michael
Yeah, of
Jackson,
course.
up there.
Yeah,
I would love to work with Michael Jackson.
yeah,
I was named
definitely.
after Michael Jackson.
Hmm. Oh, your real name's Michael?
Yeah,
Is your last name really Freak?
yeah, that's my last name, Freak.
Is that really?
No, I'm just
Yeah, I thought you were I knew you were messing with me. I knew
yeah.
it. Where did you get Mike Freak from? Should I even ask this question? I don't even
Oh my
know.
gosh, that's pretty
No,
embarrassing.
I'm afraid now. I'm afraid to ask
Well,
you.
it was 2
Is
things.
he
So one
Angelica? Is
when
he freaky deaky?
Yeah, I'm a freak.
I've seen your show.
Yeah,
Although I haven't seen you do anything too bad, but I have seen
I
a
mean,
little thing,
I've
few
I've
things
done
lurking.
dumb things in
I have been
streams.
watching. I have been watching you.
Oh, Benji wants the truth.
If it gets too spicy, then I just,
No, it's all good.
I hide. Hide under Honeyflow Gonzalez. I hide under a different name.
Oh
I'm just joking. I'm just
no,
joking.
because I was booked for a show. Like my last name is hard to pronounce, even in the Philippines. Like people struggle to pronounce my last name.
Hmm.
So yeah, like just like a spur of the moment, put in Micfreak. So that was that. And then
Hmm.
funny thing was like I need to sign up for this website, inappropriate website. They were
Oh,
asking for an
oh,
email. I'm like, let
oh,
me
geez.
create one.
Oh my
So that
gosh.
was that, Mike Freak.
Oh, that's where you get it from. Oh my gosh. You signed up like, oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Now if everyone,
it was GoDaddy.
oh my gosh. Is there really
It
a
was
website?
GoDaddy.
You guys,
Yeah,
is there really a website
Daddy
called
Daddy. Dot
GoDaddy? Are you
no,
serious?
it's
I
no,
know there's a website called Sugar Daddy, but
no.
you know, oh, he says
So that
OnlyFans.
was that.
Oh,
That
wow.
was a stupid thing
You don't
ever.
strike me as like an OnlyFans type of person, really. You know,
I don't, what's that? I've never heard of. What?
that yeah, I'm not even
No,
gonna go
never.
into it.
Not too familiar with
Sugar
OnlyFans.
Daddy, GoDaddy. What about
No,
Zaddy? Do you know what a
no,
Zaddy is? I just found out the other day what a Zaddy is.
no. What's a zaddy? No.
It's like an old, I think it's an old dude or old man, like, that likes younger women. That's a Zaddy.
Oh,
Like, I picture a Zaddy with like a fedora on, with like a toothpick in his mouth, and a
uh,
cane. Kind of like Ron Isley, you
oh,
know,
okay.
dating someone that's probably my age in my 40s and he's
Mm.
like in his 80s. Angelica, would you
Oh,
ever date
no.
someone that's like a Ron Isley that's in his 80s? That's a zaddy, but like,
Mm.
is old. Anyways, I'm just curious. um Benji's like this stream has been very
Yeah,
educational.
it is.
I know we're going down a rabbit hole here. We should not be going because this is streaming to YouTube and Facebook. So PG
Nothing
people,
inappropriate.
PG. Yeah, nothing too much on
Yeah,
my
we've
show.
we've done a lot of crazy stuff in stream too. We've talked about crazy topics on stream.
Angelica's like, I
Uh,
mean, yeah. She says if he's good looking, I will. What do you guys think of Ron Isley? I think he's quite handsome for an 80-year-old, actually, with the beard. With the beard. Anyway, sorry, we're going off topic here. So you signed up for Daddy. I'm gonna Google that after. I didn't even know there was this.
I've no, I can't tell you the website.
Oh, yeah, don't tell me. I don't think I want
It's
to know.
it's
I
it's
have
one
a
of those
very good
fun
impression of you in my
websites.
head.
Yeah.
I can't think of that. So
Look,
that's where you got your
yeah,
name from.
we're all human here, so we all
But
done
when I
crazy
Googled you,
stuff.
you have a clean record. I couldn't find
I
any
mean,
dirt
why
on
would I
you.
put my dirty clothes out the?
No, but I can't find any tea on you. I couldn't
No,
find.
you can't. I'm
I
good
couldn't
at
even
hiding
find
that.
out where you lived. I'm like, where the heck does this guy live?
Unless you're one of my close friends,
Oh,
then you
yeah, you're
probably.
very good at not getting Googled. You're very good. Like if you're using those for different websites, your Mike Freak name. I
Yeah.
couldn't find anything on him, guys. He's got
No.
a clean record. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I was gonna ask you, were you like, have you ever secretly, and we can just keep this on the Honey Flow show, I don't think they're going to ever see this interview, possibly, but were you ever nervous? Like, did you ever secretly fangirl? Like, fangirl, I could say have a bromance, but I'm going to say fangirl. Have you secretly fangirled like any artist you worked with? You're like, oh my gosh. And inside, you're like, oh my gosh, it's Crystal Waters. What? It's Robin S.
Um.
Like inside, you're like freaking out, but you're like, I gotta be real, like I gotta
Uh.
be calm.
Like first time. I don't know. First time I saw Crystal Waters, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if she came to your party. That is so. I got even
Yeah.
more respect for her. she's an amazing artist, but
Mhm.
the fact that she took the time out and to
Yeah,
go,
she
she's
was she
got
was
more respect.
like looking for an after party after, her performance. It just so
Wow,
happened that she was in town. So
that's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
amazing.
did your heart like beat a little? Like, oh my gosh,
I
like,
was just excited, you
yeah.
know. I was bummed there wasn't a whole lot of people to see it, but at the same
Hmm.
time I was happy because whoever was there got to experience all that. So
Exactly.
we
That's
were
like,
all singing, Gypsy Woman,
aw,
and
that's like an intimate, such an,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
kind of
very
like,
intimate after
Crystal Water
party.
showing up at your house party kind of thing. So,
Exactly. So you
yeah.
never had any artists or producer or DJ that you've worked with like that ever make you nervous?
No. No.
Really?
No.
So you just remain kind of calm, like, ah, it's not a big deal. I'm working with
I
Prince. Ah,
mean
not a big deal.
I mean, I would probably, scream and deep inside, but at the end of the day, we're all human. It's just,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you gotta teach me to not fangirl then, because I do. I can be nerdy that way. So.
you get excited, obviously, but I mean, once you get to talk to someone, you're kind of reminded, like, everyone goes through the same thing, no matter what your
Hmm.
status in life is. So,
Okay. Oh, where's
yeah,
this wifey? Your wifey's watching. Hey, wifey.
I'm a,
Is she in the chat or is she
I don't
somewhere?
know.
Of
I
course,
don't know.
his wife's watching.
I didn't tell her that
All
I was gonna
wives.
do an interview.
Oh no, all wives watch. Come on, trust me, guys. If I were married,
Yeah.
I'd definitely be under a different. I'd be under Benji's name,
It's
seeing what he's
weird.
up
Like,
to.
my wife has not seen me DJ in clubs.
Really?
No, she's not. Like, she's seen me DJ
Wow.
people's parties. Like, I've done. I got invited to play weddings of friends who love house music. So yeah, she's seen me DJ that.
Wow.
But
How long?
clubs, she
How
hasn't gone to clubs. Seen me
interesting.
DJ clubs. Yeah, it
Can
is
I
very
ask
interesting.
how long you guys have been married for? Am I allowed to ask that?
Let me count. It's
Oh,
embarrassing. No, it's 17
how is that
years.
embarrassing? Wow,
17
that's
years. Yeah, 17.
amazing. Oh my
She's gonna kill me.
gosh.
She's gonna kill me if I
Aw.
forgot. If I forget.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, 17
Gosh,
years.
you don't even
But
look
we've
like you've
known
been
each other
around.
for about 20 plus years. So
What facial cream are you using? You look way younger than I do. Geez,
yeah,
17
lucky
years.
young for 69, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jeez. 17 years. Wow. You guys,
Yeah.
that's amazing. What do you think?
I got married at 15.
You probably got married when you were 5 years old, I
Yeah,
think.
5.
Yeah, because you look like like you need to use your facial,
No.
cleanser or whatever you use. You look very young. Let's see. Oh, is this your wife?
Anastasia's here.
Is that your wife? No. Oh, I don't want to
No,
say
no.
another wife. Anastasia, how's it going? So, do you have any advice for, I mean, not like you're the spokesperson of marriage, but we do talk about aisle two on the Honey Flow show, guys. Do you know what aisle two is, Mike Freak?
No. Watch out.
Aisle, okay.
I just know aisle 69.
Oh
It
gosh.
always needs a cleanup.
Oh, dear Lord.
According
Maybe I
that's yeah.
Maybe I should not ask this question then to him. Maybe I shouldn't
Go
ask
ahead.
this question. But so aisle two is about if you're single looking for love, in aisle two of your grocery store. If you're married, it's restoring the love. And we always talk about that on the Honey Flow show. If you want to kill your partner, you go to aisle two. You don't go to aisle 69 or aisle five, which is the entanglement section. We avoid those aisles. So I always wonder, like, I'm always curious because you're DJing, you're traveling, you're out there. Like, how do you make, that work? Because 17 years that's an accomplishment. Like, not a lot of people are getting divorced now after 16, 17 years, like what can you say are some key ingredients um, that help keep it going, I guess, your relationship?
I know. I mean, love is number one, pretty
Hmm.
much. You know, I mean, so I always look at marriage as kind of like, it's easy to fall in love with someone, but that fades. You're kind of like, all that flowers you feel towards someone is gonna
Hmm.
fade. That's the
True.
reality of it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's your commitment to the person that you married. And
Hmm.
if you can't commit to that, that's when all the things happen. And, I mean, it's never going to be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but it's your commitment, your love, and all the other fleeting feelings you feel for someone is going to disappear at some point.
Oh
But,
gosh, I hope it
you
doesn't
know,
disappear that soon. I always see married couples, they act like
I mean, yeah,
they're
you
roommates,
will.
like,
Oh,
get lost.
yeah, yeah.
I see
I've.
them all
I mean,
over
my
each
wife
other when
has
they're
been,
dating.
my best friend. We've become best
Yeah.
friends, and
Mhm.
we don't share the same love for stuff, other things, but we always find that common things that we love. We just love hanging out, just sitting on the couch, you know, watching TikTok or dumb stuff like right now. Just talk about TikTok or sing
Mhm.
Megan Thee Stallion, Watasha Wasta. Just you
Mhm.
know, I'll just blurt it out of nowhere. Just drives her nuts, and
Oh man. So
yeah,
does she
it's
support like every, because I'm assuming do
she 100. Yeah, that's the one thing
yeah,
though.
because
We
that might
support
be
each other
hard.
because I
I
support
know
her in everything that
spouses,
she does, and
yeah.
she supports me in whatever I do. And I have a lot of my DJ friends. That's their biggest struggle with their spouses.
Yes.
The Mrs. does not support the DJing thing, and I can see it. I can see it.
Mhm.
In some marriages, that's the issue. And if you're a guy, usually you love your hobby, job more than other things. So that's where it becomes
Exactly.
an issue. So
Yeah, and I see that a lot between spouses, like Twitchers, people that are on Twitch, and then their spouses or partners aren't in agreement because that's almost like their mistress. So it's like
hmm
there's always like a battle between, and I see a lot of conflict, and then sometimes the marriages don't work out, and then
hmm
now they're with other people that they've shared moments with, like their mods or other
yeah,
people they've
yeah,
met on Twitch.
yeah.
Like you start seeing those
Yep.
true relationships
Yes,
form.
in a relationship, you need to find a common ground. So a common ground is actually, now that I think about it, we don't have a common ground. We just love each other. Support each other. We cheer for each other when, with our jobs, with what we're doing. We just support each other. Sometimes, you just have to understand that each one has a passion and you support that passion. You cannot discredit someone's passion. I think
Exactly. And
that really affects the relationship more than anything.
yeah, for sure. So it
You
sounds
know,
like you're really busy, like music. Are you doing this completely full time as well? Like
but
music?
yeah, music has been my full time. I actually teach too. I teach during the day.
Wow.
I teach music
That's
during the day.
incredible.
So yeah, it's like music is the only way I know how to earn a living. Like you put me
Yeah.
somewhere else, I'm gonna starve, and I'm
That's
gonna.
amazing that you can do it, like, do it full time as well. A lot of artists, it's challenging, especially as a streamer doing this full time. So that's awesome that you can do it and kind of get there. Angelica says your wife is incredible. That's amazing. It looks like you guys all met each other
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
we're good friends. Angelica, Benji. We've like these are the people I talk to pretty much every single minute.
I wonder what his wifey thinks about the zaddy or GoDaddy
She
or
doesn't know.
daddy, sugar
Don't
daddy.
tell her.
Oh, don't
Probably
tell
she
her.
knows. She doesn't. Yeah, probably
She's
she knows.
probably
She doesn't
listening.
care.
She's probably back there in the other room right over there listening to you. You don't even know. She's
Yeah,
probably a
yeah,
lurker
yeah.
that's disguised as a bot. That's what I would do if I
hmm
was married. I definitely go under Benji's name. That's what I would
Yeah.
do. Yeah, Benji too.
hmm
Oh man. Oh, she doesn't know. Oh well, we don't want to get her in trouble or him in
hmm
trouble, so we'll just bypass that question. So how long have you actually been on Twitch for? I know you got to get going too soon, eh? Because it's already
Yeah.
9 o'clock. I don't want to take. Actually, do you have a meeting now? I don't want to take up too much of your time
Well,
as well.
people I'm meeting is right here too. But
Oh shoot! Like they're on another computer.
they're here in the chat.
Oh, they're in the chat. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
His, oh,
Anyway,
his freaky friends keep his freaky secrets. You don't really strike me as a freaky deaky guy. I don't know. I think the glasses is
Um,
throwing me off. It's the glasses,
yeah,
maybe, you know.
yeah,
It's
maybe. I don't
giving
know.
like I'm a good, wholesome guy vibes. It's the glasses and the hat, I
Maybe.
think.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah. Let me know when you gotta go too. Is no problem. Oh, Angelica's like he's not. Hmm. Well, we'll find out the tea on him. We'll find out the tea. He strikes me as that type. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Let's see. So I'm just thinking. I'm just going back here. Actually, what advice would you give anyone that actually wants to get into producing? Going back to those
Uh,
producing questions.
producing. You have to really love it because it could get frustrating. And I've seen a whole lot of people just give up on it
Hmm.
because you have to go and do it for the right reasons. Because it could get a lot of times it's frustrating, and you can build a career as a DJ by producing, but you really have to love the process because it takes forever to
Hmm.
learn this. I'm still like 20 years in this. I'm still learning. I'm not even as good as I want to be. I still have a whole lot of flaws. Um, and when this producing world, I still struggle every now and then. I struggle with creativity. I struggle with, my ideas suck. Like 90% of the time, my ideas just suck. So, you know, I really have to love this craft more than anything. It's the same for DJing. It's
Hmm.
easy to beat match. It's easy to learn the basics, but there's a whole lot of there's a process to it. You
Oh
have to
yeah.
go through a whole lot. You have to DJ at empty rooms. You have to play the wrong song. You have to play the song that clears the dance floor. Stuff like that. That's
Hmm.
part of the process. So yeah, you have to really embrace it and love it more than anything else, because everything else you can learn. Talent
Hmm.
is really nothing. It doesn't get
Hmm.
you anywhere. Talent, you can always develop that, but your
Interesting.
passion is that you can't beat passion more than anything. You can be the most
Yeah.
talented person, you don't have the passion to do this, then it's not going to work out.
Do you think you can be a bit of a perfectionist? Like, oh, I don't like this, or this isn't right. Like when you're producing, because we all can be. DJs are perfectionists, and streamers, radio hosts, anyone in front of the camera, I've talked to can definitely be a bit of a perfectionist and be
I'm actually
hard.
not. I've learned not to be a perfectionist anymore. I'm like at a point where I may think a song is done. I'm just gonna put it out,
Hmm.
and sometimes the songs that you put out that you weren't expecting anything to happen, they're the ones that do well. Sometimes you are too hyped in putting out this one song, and then it bombs. So yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. Hey, King Melody's back again. He says forever learning process for a producer, especially with technology
it's like
changes.
this always changes. That's part of producing. I mean, you would think
Exactly.
that tools are, AI tools would make things easier, but you know, at the end of the day, you keep, producer A could be using the same AI. You end up having the same musical
Hmm,
ideas. So,
that's true. Mark
you know,
Tiny in the building. We got Anastasia. Is
yeah.
Anastasia his wife? Who is his wife? Let's see. Let's see if she's working.
Mark Tiny
Google
and Anastasia are they're the couple
friends.
right there.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I
Yeah,
don't want to get
yeah,
anyone in trouble.
no,
You guys are a couple. Okay. Nice
yeah.
to see you guys. Thanks for coming through to the Honey Flow show. If you guys got any questions, I know he's got to wrap up because he's got another meeting as well. But if you guys want to drop any questions in the chat that you're curious about Mike Freak, drop them in the chat.
So
And
wait, how long? Now I have a question for you. How long have you been DJing?
oh gosh, I don't even want to say because I feel like I'm such a beginner. Um, I started actually in my mid 20s. I'm in my 40s, but then I
Okay,
took a
so 20
long,
years ago.
but I, oh no, but I took a long, I took maybe about a 12 or 13-year break.
You're okay.
Like after someone passed away too. I think you know my story.
Yeah,
And
I think you shared that one. Yeah,
yeah, so I
that's
took a
rough.
long,
Yeah.
long break, like a very long break. And then I actually just started getting really back into music like during the pandemic. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm still a beginner myself. Like I feel like I have so much to learn, even just going back to the basics of like how to mix properly, how to do this. I think that's my biggest frustration. I wish I were like, I look at all these amazing DJs online and everything, and I wish I were there, but it takes a lot of practice. It
Yeah.
takes, a lot of dedication. And then also when you do your talk show, like a lot of people just think, it's just you're just asking questions, but you're really doing a lot of research beforehand too. So that takes a lot. But I hope to
Mm-hmm.
get there. I hope to. So yeah, I definitely took a break. I definitely wouldn't say 20 years, but in my mid 20s, I would get like bookings every weekend, whether I knew how to do things or not, which was
Oh,
amazing.
nice,
And
nice.
even out here, I've been blessed to get gigs as well. But I still would like to learn like the elements of like scratching and learn on vinyls. Like there's just so
Mm-hmm.
much to learn, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. That's
but
right.
one day at a time, you got to not be so
Mm-hmm.
hard
Yeah, you
and
can be hard on yourself, which I guess each and every one of us are like that as artists, as performers, as DJs.
so
Kind of
true.
get too hard on ourselves, and
Yeah. And
that's
you got to
kind of
look at
like
your accomplishments. Like look at what, like, for me, I would say my biggest strength is like emceeing and hosting. I know how to work a crowd, meaning
okay.
I know, like in Toronto, you'll
I've
see
I've
DJs
actually
play.
never used the mic when I DJ,
Yeah, see,
but
I mean, I don't yap as much as I do on my show, but not
yeah.
in real time. But I'm saying when you're at a festival, like
Mm-hmm.
people don't talk to one another, people don't engage or connect, right? In a big city. So I can say that's my gift. Like I'm pretty good at connecting people and finding creative ways to just warm up the place and make people actually talk to one another or dance with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the DJ thing, I definitely need to work on, you know, for sure.
Okay.
What about you? What would you say is your strong, like when you're DJing, what would be your strong element? Like probably
I don't know.
mixing.
I I don't really know. I just go by gut. I just go by feel. Being a musician actually helps me DJ in key. Like people talk about mixing key. I can kind of like mix in key without even looking, without like, Serato has that number, so you can mix in key, or has keys.
Hmm.
That being a musician, being trained in music, kind of has helped me be a better DJ because I can mix and key without looking at the information. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know
Yeah,
if
no,
that's a
that's great.
skill. I don't know if
I think it is.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can mix and key, but if I'm mixing key and I lose the crowd, that doesn't really help. So, but it's nice to
Yeah.
have that skill. It's nice to know that for me, it's pretty cool that I kind of do that. But if you can't be too hard on it, like basing your craft on just one skill, or
And do you think
but
it's I'm trying to think, like easier because you went to music school? Like it's just easier to comprehend, like beat matching, listening to
I
different
mean, I
instruments.
actually, I struggle with beat matching. I remember
Hmm.
that my first DJ gig ever, I just couldn't beat match. Like I thought
Hmm.
I got it. I practiced like hours. Then I came to the club. I sucked. So I will always remember my very first gig. I bombed.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So when you say you bombed, like what do you remember what happened at the gig? I think these stories are great
I
because
bombed. Pretty much, I knew
yeah.
I sucked. But I mean, people were dancing, but I was mixing it horribly. I thought I got the beat matching correct, but it was, yeah,
Yeah,
sneakers
for
in the
me,
dry. It was sneakers in the dryer type of thing.
I feel
Yeah,
like
so
that's like me every show.
that
Mark,
was, yeah.
yeah, it's true.
But
Mark
actually,
kind.
doing it on Twitch though, like doing it. like several hours a week, that's really made me a better DJ. If there was one thing
Do you ever find it
that
hard to multitask though? You're looking at the chat. Like for me, I'm like modding a lot, looking at the chat, typing away, trying to mix. Like I find actually TikTok easier because you just give straight shout outs and you're quiet and then you
okay,
could just
I don't
concentrate
know.
on mixing, right?
I just concentrate on mixing. A lot of times people just talk among themselves in the chat. I'll just say something, hi, hello, that's it.
Oh, okay. So you just
Oh,
let them
I'll
be.
say something stupid and then just laugh my butt off and then
Hmm.
keep at it. So
Yeah. Mark Tiny says back in the day, the DJ was always hidden and now they're the center of the club. You're right, Mark
mhm,
Tiny. Don't you
right.
feel like we have to do so much as DJs? They want us to promote, they want us to bring in people to basically cover our own
That's the
pay for the
hardest.
night.
Yeah,
Like it's just like so much they want the DJ to
too much
do.
work.
And if you do weddings, you're like a videographer, you're a caterer, you're a photographer, you're like linking up connections, like everyone's coming to you even when you do a celebration of life, like people are coming up to you like you're a pastor, like you have you're doing
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah,
So I find, but it does stretch you as a DJ. You start learning these abilities. Would you say like you start learning other things than
yeah. I
just
mean,
DJing?
when I started Twitch, I didn't really have a mic, believe it or
Hmm.
not. So I was just DJing, playing music. I would just type in the chat. That's how I started on Twitch, and now I have a
Wow.
microphone set up. So
Yeah. When did you
it's
start on
weird.
Twitch?
2020, probably late 2020. I was kind of
Oh, okay.
late to it,
Hmm.
but yeah, I kind of enjoy the journey here in Twitch, and it's one of the best communities.
For sure. Like,
Yeah,
how did you land on Twitch? Did you know that DJs were coming on, or did you just
yeah.
kind of?
So one of my good friends in real life, oh, G is here. Lady G is my mod.
Oh, Lady
Yeah.
G's your mod? What?
Yes. Yeah. She's
Oh, Lady. Okay,
like
this is a
every
different.
year.
This
Yeah.
is a different Lady G. I thought you meant Lady G, the DJ, because there's
No, it's
Lady
Lady
G,
G
the
son.
DJ as well. Okay, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Started on Twitch without no microphone.
Wow. So you feel like that's probably helped your confidence
I
too,
mean,
like
I'm
getting on the
still
mic?
I don't know. I'm still awkward. Even now, I'm still awkward. So
No, I think you're doing pretty good in this. And what do you guys think? I think he's doing good in this interview. So, you know, you don't seem awkward to me at all. So I don't know if you guys have any last minute questions for Mike Freak, but you
yeah,
guys
we
know
got
him
we got
best.
69 seconds to wrap this up.
Exactly, 69 seconds, guys. Lady G, some of you guys that
Excuse
mod
me.
for him, if you know him well, if you got any questions, drop it definitely in the chat.
Fun fact: like G and I have like met every year since 20. Yeah, since everything opened up after the
Where
pandemic.
where is she from? I can't
She's
see.
from the UK.
I see a little box. Pretty pictures, you guys. I see like little tiny box. I need a magnifying glass to see your picture, but great pictures, Angelica and Lady G, and those are
Yeah.
IL2 shots. Sheesh, you guys. Like, I got to work on a
Hmm.
portrait picture like you guys. They got
Yeah,
some
you,
great
you you
pictures.
should have a mod special. Like have the mods, bring in the mods, and put them
Actually,
on.
I haven't done that yet.
That's I would love to do that. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do one of these days. Like get the
I need to
mods.
do that. I was planning a mod special, but my I don't a couple years ago my mod Step One Love passed away from my show. So I
Oh,
was like,
sorry
oh
to.
man.
Oh, that's
And I was
crazy.
literally gonna do a mod special with her. Like I think it was the
Ah,
following week or the week after. So after that, I just didn't want to do. I
wow.
just canceled
That's just
the mod
heartbreaking.
thing.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did do a special for her. She was Mo One's DJ, like a lot of guys, DT, Jams, like just so many DJs, especially from the West Coast.
Hmm.
She was their like power mod, from the Bay Area. Everyone knew her. But I think after that, I didn't really feel motivated to do a mod special, but I should do something for the mods because they are the backbone of what our
Yep.
shows, right? They've really
Hmm.
helped us so much.
Yes.
So yeah, we um, yeah, Definitely
We
got to
need to
do a
do a
mod special for them.
mod special.
Yeah, for sure. So I know
Hmm.
you got to get going because you said you had another meeting. I don't want to take too much of your time. Are you still okay, or I don't want to
Yeah,
take
I
too
mean
much
a
of your
couple more
time?
questions, and then yeah, we could.
Yeah, so if you guys got any questions, definitely drop them in the chat. I was just wondering, let's see. So what can you say to someone because you've built some great connections? Like, how do you actually build some of these connections in the industry? Would you say it's kind of right timing, a bit of luck, or was it solely based on like how good you were as a producer? Like would you say it's the right place, the right timing?
I don't know.
How,
It's at the end of the day, just like everything else, your relationships really matter.
mhm,
Um, you build relationships with people. That's just how I did it. Yeah, I became friends with the people I work with. I mean, you can
mhm.
kind of see it with these people like Angelica, Benji, G. These people like have been special. Even those people who I've worked with, I've built a relationship with them
Yeah,
more
you
than
could tell
anything
that you guys
else.
have great relationships. Lady G says,
Pretty much.
when am I getting my pay raise?
I thought we were fine with 69 cents per shout out.
69 cents. What about
Per shout out.
$69? We want $69, you know.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. I
see.
mean, you know, like
Your
King Melody
comment.
said, consistency. Yeah, I believe in consistency. Like you know, building a muscle memory. More than anything else, doing things every single day. I kind of live on a routine, so
Hmm.
like I wake up, this is what I do, this is what I do. I'm kind of like set on that. And sometimes that helps because when you go to other situations, whatever skill you've built from doing things on a regular, you can kind of use in certain situations. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Have
like
you linked up
DJing
with
or
any other producers on Twitch too?
yeah, actually, yeah. So I've met a whole lot of people through Twitch in the producer world. And some of the people I've signed on the label as well. On the label I manage is from Twitch too. So that's one.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a few, I think I mentioned to you producers I interviewed. Michael Motion's a really great guy. He works for like a lot of the big radio stations in the States. I can't even, I'm drawing a blank on the name right now because my
Mm-hmm.
memory's so horrible, guys. Oh, I can't remember what it is. He'd be a great guy to link up with. He's just an incredible producer. And D
Okay.
Scants, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's worked with like Tony Braxton, Chris Brown, like
Oh,
more on the
nice. Yeah.
R&B side, like
Mm-hmm.
more Miguel, like all the big, I think The Weekend.
Oh,
Interviewed
that's
him
pretty
a
cool.
long time ago. So that he, like, so there are definitely some cool producers, really great, humble guys on Twitch
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
But it would be amazing to see you and some of these other producers, like all kind of collaborating or linking up. Um, there's another one I just interviewed, K9 from Toronto out here. He's a new producer and he's got
Okay.
something special. Like and he'll actually on his show, he'll produce on the spot. So he'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Do you guys want a saxophone? Do you want some drums? Do you want?"
Oh,
He,
okay. That's
he's
that's
kind
pretty
of like
cool.
a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. He's he's
I've
like a
seen
J.
streams like
Yeah,
that. That's pretty
yeah,
cool. I love
and he's the
watching
only one
those.
I've seen doing it, and he's kind of like Jay Dilla. That's his vibe.
Oh, nice.
Um, but I prejudged him, guys. I thought he looked like a mumble rapper. So when he gave me his stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm not really into mumble rap. I
Hubba
just
hubba
thought he
dub.
was some young guy that's like a mumble rapper. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of old. I'm not really feeling it. So I didn't look at his stuff for like a year. And he's like the coolest guy. When I saw his show, I was like, what the heck? This guy's like a Jay Dilla, man. This guy's
That's
amazing.
cool.
So my bad. I kind of judged the poor guy. So he's like, it's okay, honey Flo. I look like a mumble rapper, but I'm not. So yeah, kind of old. I am kind of old, unfortunately, Angelica. yeah, I'm
Age is
not as
just a number.
young as Mike Freak here, so like I'm not as youth. I don't have that baby face look. I wish I did. Oh man. So you guys got no questions? I'm waiting for some of these questions. I'm surprised you guys don't
I
have
don't
any
have a
questions.
question for myself too. So
No, you don't?
I got a question for you though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
have you ever thought of producing?
I would love to. I would
Okay.
I was at the Apple store and it really lit me up. I know it's GarageBand, so don't laugh at me, guys. But funny story, I went to the Apple store because they have free classes for audio and video, right?
Oh
So I
yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to learn.
I've actually yeah.
So I did all the classes. When I got laid off, I was there like every day, like a nerd. And there's all
Hmm.
these 5-year-old kids and all these young kids doing it with me, and I'm not gonna lie, I got like a little jealous of a 5-year-old because he could produce really, really good.
Uh,
Like we had to show our tracks. So I think I converted a house track into like a cameo, like gap band, like funky. Like I converted it, right? So I kind of slowed it down and started putting drums and like synthesizer and made it really funky, like almost
hmm.
like a house to like a funk type of track, and then they played it in the store. I was like, "Wow, this is a lot of fun. This is amazing." But I'm like competing against all these kids and I'm like, "What's wrong with me? Why do I
Uh,
care about kids don't care how they look." That's the crazy thing, right? So
yeah.
when they were doing all these videos in the store and you had to showcase it in the store, I was like, "Oh man, that 5-year-old kid's doing it way better than I am." And I'm like, "What is wrong with
I
me?"
don't know. You can't worry about that because
Yeah, but it
we all
was
have.
funny because these
This
kids
is
are
funny
like
though. Yeah,
5 years
I've
old.
seen some like great producers, great kids who like
Yeah, but they don't
whoa,
care. They're bold
yeah.
and they're expressive, and it I think
Mhm.
that taught me that you should be like a kid. Like you should go back to being a child where
That is
you
so
don't
true, dude.
care,
Yep.
you have no fear. You're just like,
Hmm.
I'm going to do a crazy video or I'm going to play this and I'm not going to care what people think, right? So,
Right.
anyways, yeah, I would love to learn how to produce and do that.
Well, you
Definitely.
can hit me up. I've mentored a whole lot of producers here on Twitch too, so I don't
Okay,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah,
For sure, that would be
definitely.
amazing. Like
Hmm.
stems would be a good one. I have messed around with
Yeah,
Audacity.
stems are fun. I mean, they're kind of like it's pretty similar to producing. So you're
Hmm.
kind of like producing on the fly when you're using stems.
Would you
So
ever
yeah.
do a competition? Like, I feel like you would do well in the wordplay. Have you seen that with Tweak Music Tips? You know, the
Yeah,
wordplay?
I've seen them do that.
Because you're good, you know how to produce. I don't know if
Uh,
you'd be
I'm
quick
not
enough
the I'm not
mixing.
a DJ like that.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was too.
I wish I was that
But I feel
talented,
like you
but
would have the mind.
that's a different skill on its own. So,
True,
you
but you
know.
would have the mind, like, say if you were given more time, like, you didn't have to mix quickly like these other DJs, but,
Yeah.
like, I feel like you have the mind to produce and come up with something really original. He should do something for producers, maybe not DJs. I should
Yeah, I mean every now
mention
and
that
then
to him.
we've hosted we also do a talk show on Quantize, which is called Talent Tuesday. I'm part of that. So people
Okay.
would send in their tracks, and if we like it, we sign it on our label, or we give them tips on how to improve their production. So that's one of the things that we do
Okay.
on our label. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Oh, Mark Tiny says, "I can't stand speed mixing." Did you get a chance to watch the competition? I thought that it was pretty dope. The
Yeah, it's
wordplay?
yeah, that's pretty cool. It's
Mhm.
I just don't I'm just not skillful like that. That's a different
Yeah, I'm
skill.
not
It's a
either.
different kind of DJ as well.
I
So
tried, but I couldn't mix like fast enough. I could
mm.
barely do like mixing one verse. Like it's a lot for me. So okay, so R
All right.
RT9,
Who's my favorite musician?
yeah.
Gosh. Like on top of my head, I can think of Dave Foster, because I was a pianist one time, so I love the melodies that Dave Foster created. He was the guy behind those great bands like Chicago, Toto, from the 90s and 80s.
Oh,
He
nice.
produced Michael Jackson, so that's what I can think of top of my head. Another favorite musician. Shoot, I can't. I got blanked out. Um, the drummer of Toto. Shoot, and the drummer. I love drummers. I wish I was still playing drums. If there was an instrument wish I was still playing, it was the drums. I sold my drum kit like during the pandemic because it felt
Oh
like I was
wow.
going to commit to Twitch and stop playing the drums.
Hmm.
So I sold my drums, which I wish I did not. But
Oh wow. So
yeah,
do you think you're going to be here for good on Twitch, or has there any other apps that you've considered, like Mixcloud or just like other apps,
I
TikTok
mean,
or?
I still upload. I upload stuff on YouTube. I upload stuff on SoundCloud. My mixes,
Hmm. And not
but
Mixcloud. Have you
Twitch.
tried Mixcloud?
I can't. I used to love Mixcloud, but now it's they had. I was hoping Mixcloud would be what Twitch was like,
Yes, I agree.
but that didn't happen. So the platform is just for DJs, and if you want to reach more people, Twitch is the way to go, or other platforms, like TikTok or
Hmm.
whole other social media. And unfortunately, Mixcloud wasn't that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what it's going to be like with the new DJ thing coming in
Yeah,
for
I'm
us.
curious about that one. I'm curious to see what's
Because
gonna
I
happen.
wonder, I wonder if you can jump in because we can't. I don't think we could play any remixes, edits, like
And
your own stuff.
yeah, there's really no
Like
clarity in what they're
I
trying to
think you
do
got to
with the
play.
DJ.
Honestly, I feel like it
With
really
the DJ,
helps. I
yeah.
feel like it helps Twitch because DJs are now paying into more money into Twitch. I don't feel like
Hmm.
it helps the DJ, but I know they're spinning it like it's going to help. And I know I'm going to get some backlash for this, but I'm being honest. Like a
I
lot
mean,
of
I
people
don't.
are gun ho about it, but I don't think it's going to actually help the DJ at all. Like it's
Yeah,
just another way
I
of
don't know what the process
making
is
money.
really.
Yeah, but I
Hmm.
don't think you can play, like, say if you produce your stuff. I'm not sure if you could even play that because it said no edits or remixes or like anything creative. I think it's just under um, whatever's licensed under those music labels, right? It's kind of like Mixed Cloud. Like you pay into it, you pay. Well, we still pay to do our shows here, whether people know that or not, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know, So I guess we'll see. You're right. I don't really know too much about it. So are you gonna wait then? You'll probably
I don't
wait.
know. I don't know. There's no clarity in what they want to do until
Yeah,
until we're like 100% sure of what they're doing. Then yeah. Right
exactly.
now, I don't know. I don't understand what they're trying to do with this DJ thing. All I know is just want to create this DJ category, and they want us to stream legally. But
Yeah.
what makes a stream legal and what makes it taken down by what was that, um MDC or CDMA or whatever, that DMC takedown. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Well, they say that, but
it's a little
honestly,
complicated. So
yeah,
until they roll out the rules and whatnot and make it clear for everyone, even someone like me who makes music, how does that benefit me as a producer?
yeah, yeah.
It's still a gray area. So
And
we'll
plus,
just have
they
to wait
also
and
say
see.
do a separate page. Like if I do a talk show, and then they say we'll just do a separate page for DJing, like it's strictly for DJs.
Yeah,
So it's not. There's like no
not to
middleman.
confuse. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to just stick with this. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate that, Lady G, too, as well. So we're going to wrap up here. I think the last question I have for you is, besides DJing and music and all the great things and grand things you've done, I always ask this question: what would be on your life bucket list? So if you had like limited time here, and I know you probably had a lot of time to think about it, sharing your story, with cancer and everything you've gone through in the last couple years. But like, if you could do anything with your life, whatever that may be, And it may not even be achieving something, it could just be hanging out with your family. What would be
I
that
mean,
look like?
and you know, I would just like to sit down and make money. And
Hmm. Oh, that would be on your life bucket
yeah,
list, make
yeah.
money.
Just sit down, make money, and I'll just stream whenever I want to and not worry
Hmm.
about anything.
Well, it sounds like you're already doing that now, pretty
No,
much.
I'm not making any money. But
Well, you will. You will.
yeah, yeah, that's I mean that's a goal. That's what everyone's goal is. So
Exactly. You should. I
I
don't know
mean,
if you.
I always think of like a I don't I just worry about what I have on my plate right now. I try not to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, or what's going to happen in the future, because I think
For sure.
that will take care of its own. If you do your job today, it will take care of your future. That's what I think.
I feel
So
like, yeah, no, you're right. Have you ever talked? This just came to like an idea. I don't know. I'm sure you know more than I do with producing, obviously. But like, have you thought about talking to other producers and see what they're doing? Because I know D Scans puts certain things in place, certain contracts in place to ensure that you're also receiving, because you're doing a lot of hard work. If a track blows up, like it's not just, hey, I'm the artist and I get this, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, have you thought about for yourself putting certain things in place where you also get rewarded for the time and views and everything, all the hard work you're putting into it? Not, it's not, because you'll have a lot of people come to you in this industry and be like, just do it for free. Come on, man. Like you can get a stage of like 10,000 people or 100 or whatever it may be,
I
right?
don't
They'll
know.
give it to you.
I mean, I'm not at that stage yet where I can, every now and then,
Yeah.
a project, I get to a project, I get paid for it. Sometimes you kind of like, do an exchange kind of thing. I make your track, you make my track, something like that.
Yeah. But I feel
Um,
like if you talk to other producers just to get an idea of how they do kind of more of the business side, that could help. That could probably help, because I feel like you have enough credibility. You've worked with a lot of amazing
yeah,
artists, you know?
yeah, I can kind of
Hmm.
that's a pretty cool idea. My problem now
Hmm.
is like, finding time to do that, but everything I'm doing on top of
Yeah, no, I
whatever
hear you.
I'm
But
doing, I have
it
like so
should be a
many ideas
priority.
I want to do,
Yeah,
but at the same time, we kind of have to prioritize what needs to get done. So right now,
for
my
sure.
priority is to make music for myself, and
Hmm.
what, yeah.
Well,
So
if you're ever open, like I know a few guys that I have interviewed that have done incredible things producing, that if you just want to hear, like open to hearing
yeah,
different
definitely.
things that they
Yep.
could help,
I'm
I'll gonna link
down
you
to work.
guys.
Yeah, I'm always down to work with other people. Down to
Yeah.
work with other genres. I'm not
Hmm.
a genre snob. What I make house music because that's what I love. But other genres I can appreciate. So
Because we
you
want to
know,
make sure that you also get there for the time and what you just said on your bucket list. I feel like that's very, very achievable. That can
yeah,
happen,
hmm,
right? So,
yeah,
and it's just linking with more people in the industry, and I'm sure they like your stuff. You have really good music out there, So make sure everyone adds Mike Freak as well. I know he's got to go. Is there anywhere, I don't know if you can see, but is there anyone you'd like to raid into, like that you see on? I don't know if you could
uh,
see. If
I
not,
don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you make that call.
oh, okay.
Father Damon. Father Damon's live. Speak of Father Damon.
Yeah, I just saw him. Okay, let's raid into Father Damien, guys. He's awesome. He's
Yes,
from
big ups to
Toronto.
everyone in the chat. Benji, Lady G. Yes, hopefully I'll see you. The next. Hopefully I'll see you in
Yeah,
the
I don't
next
want to
couple of
make you
weeks.
guys
Mark
so late.
Tiny. Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat. Big up to Stream Elements.
Thank you, everyone, for yeah, Stream Elements. I know it was a little quieter tonight, but that's okay. We appreciate you guys coming through, and everyone that's going to be catching the replay. Definitely check it out. Make sure you guys are adding DJ Mike Freak, amazing producer and DJ guys person. Definitely add him and check what he's doing. And yeah, and I wish the best for you. I know a lot of good things are going to happen. I feel that for you.
Oh, thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
yeah, I'm going to try to link you up because uh, we want to make sure that, things are coming in for all the work you're
Yep.
doing as well, right?
Well, thank you. Thank
So,
you. Appreciate that.
all right. So we're going to raid, you guys copy my
Thanks
raid
for having
message.
me again,
Yes,
Honey
thanks for
Flow.
coming. Yeah, thank you for coming through. I
It's weird,
appreciate
like how
you.
we call each other by our DJ names, right, or by our Twitch names.
I
Like
know we all
it's
like
just
if I ever met you guys,
funny.
it would
Yeah,
just be that
I
too.
would still
But
be calling you. Yeah, but
yeah, when people
yeah,
give me their real name, I'm like, who the heck is that? Like, where did
yeah.
they come from? Who is that?
Hmm.
So make sure you guys copy the raid message. Thank you guys for coming through. Say hi to Father Damien. Throw out my
Yep.
raid message with raid emotes. Make sure you guys are adding Mike Freak as well, and catch his shows, and also his remixes and everyone he's worked with. Let's see, Lady G, thank you for coming through. Benji and Mark Tiny as well. And everyone else, Angelica, RT9. Um, who else is in the building? So many others here too. I know I'm missing a few. Thank you guys, King Melody, and everyone else for coming through again. We appreciate you.
Frenchie. Just gonna go to this
Anastasia
session.
and wifey in the background, maybe hiding, maybe watching,
I
who
don't know.
knows?
Let's
Yeah.
see.
All right, so let's see if this raid went through. I think it's kind of going through. Okay, here, let me press raid. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try re-rating one more time because this
Yeah, I
thing
think the
is
raid went through.
okay. Sometimes it misses people. Let's
Yeah,
see here.
I think we got everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks
And
for having me. Yeah, I wish we could have done this a little longer, but yeah, um,
no, that's
this
okay. We'll be in touch too, for sure.
yep,
All right.
yeah. I texted you my number.
Oh,
Need to reach me anytime. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, sounds great.
Oh,
Okay,
so
have a
wait,
great night.
what's your first name again? I didn't get
Oh,
your name.
shoot. I got to end this stream. You know what? I'll tell you off stream.
Yeah,
We have
end the
some
stream first.
interesting situations online. So I'll tell you my government name off stream. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll see you, definitely see you soon. I'm going to end this